Good morning, all. Welcome to the Sunday morning announcements with the Eric Wallace avatar. If you're with us on Facebook or YouTube, please subscribe to get notifications for when we have new videos. If you're with us on Zoom, drop a hi in the chat. We'd love to say hello back. If you're with us in person, hello everybody here. And if this is your first visit, please sign the guest book either in the lobby or online at oakcliffuu.org/guest. Today, Renée Brill will be back with another offering from Tima Okun's article, White Supremacy Culture, Still Here. Bigger is better, more is more, and quantity over quality. What is progress, success, growth? Who gets to decide? We hope you can stick around after the service for Talkback to share your thoughts on this topic and more. Also at 11:15, we have Adult Religious Exploration with Sarah Ricky in the Charity Building, in person and on Zoom. Sarah continues with Building Your Own Theology, a class designed to help people define and better understand their own spiritual journey as well as others. Today, the topic is Individualism and Community. What is the role of the church? At 1 o'clock today, our board meets in the Hope Common Room and on Zoom. The meeting is open to all. And since this is the second Sunday of the month, we have Jazz Jam this afternoon. Please note the new time of 3 to 5 p.m. Come play, sing, or just listen. You're welcome to bring food and drink for yourself or to share. Admission is free, though there is a tip jar for the musicians. Looking forward to next week. Every Monday, our Widening the Circle of Concern work group meets on Zoom at 3 p.m. If you would like to help us on our path to becoming an anti-racist church, please consider joining us. Questions or concerns, email wcoc@oakcliffuu.org. See the e-blast or the back of your service order for an update on the DEI initiative and for the Zoom link to join the Monday meeting. Teamwork Tuesday will meet from 4 to 6 p.m. this Tuesday to continue to spiff up our campus and garden. Also on Tuesday, the Coordinating Council will meet on Zoom at 7 p.m. On Thursday, July 13th, our Social Justice Ministry Reading Group will be starting Life's Journey, Zuya, Oral Teachings from Rosebud. The group meets at 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. Please contact Mavis if you have any questions. Okay, save the date and plan for fun and fundraising. We are planning to have a potluck lunch on Sunday, July 23rd. And while we're enjoying our meal together, let's have a raffle and auction to support our community outreach with the Sanctifa Garden. Eric Wallace will be in the pulpit, and then we'll skip Talkback and go straight to the potluck. Please bring a favorite dish to share, or drinks, or ice. We always need ice. A number of items have already been donated for the raffle and auction, from mineral specimens to jewelry to eclipse viewing glasses, tarot card readings, and Rita's famous margaritas. We're looking for more, and we need them by next Sunday, the 16th, if at all possible. Questions? Email fundraising@oakcliffuu.org or see Eric or Kathy after church. Want to donate directly to the garden? Look for our wish list in the pass-through on Facebook Talkback and in the e-blast. You can donate online at oakcliffuu.org/donate. Just select Sanctifa Garden. Details on all of this and more can be found on the back of your order of service and in the weekly e-blast. If you're not receiving the e-blast, well, you should be, so just sign up at oakcliffuu.org/enews. Also in the e-blast, you'll find yet another plea for help with Sunday morning coffee and snacks. If you're willing to help out, please contact Rita at admin@oakcliffuu.org. Speaking of helping out your church, here's a super easy way if you shop online. Join iGive for free, and your purchases may automatically earn the church some money. Find the link on your order of service and in the e-blast. That's it for now. Hope you have a great Sunday and rest of the week.
Welcome to the UU Church of Oak Cliff. Here we gather in sanctuary where we're free to pursue our unique and individual spiritual journeys in an atmosphere of acceptance, compassion, and celebration. We seek to build a community where what you believe is less important than how your beliefs guide and inform your participation in the world. Ours is a community that values the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. We welcome you. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of love, compassion, and forgiveness. And in Spanish,
Que esta luz que ahora encendemos nos inspire a usar nuestros dones y poderes para sanar y no para herir, para ayudar y no para impedir, para bendecir y no para maldecir, para servirte a ti, espíritu de amor, compasión y perdón.
our opening words are Beatitudes for Justice Builders by Lindy Ramsden. Blessed are you who can question your own assumptions and listen with an open mind.
You will receive new insights beyond your imagining.
Blessed are you who suffer the attacks of others to stand up for what is right.
You will not be alone, for your courage will inspire others to rise.
Blessed are you who build friendships as well as justice, even when you lose an issue.
You will have strengthened the foundation of your community.
Blessed are you who take delight in people.
You will not be bored in meetings.
Blessed are you who agitate the placid waters of complacency.
You will create waves in the inertia of privilege and will know the thrill of riding the surf of change.
Blessed are you who lead with enthusiasm and confidence, resisting the temptation to shame the apathetic or self-absorbed.
You will inspire curiosity and hope in others.
Blessed are you who play as well as work.
You will have more fun, build more energy, and will draw the powers of the impish to your cause.
Blessed are you who ask for help in your role as leaders.
You will find teachers at every turn, and your work will remain interesting and alive.
Blessed are you who, when wrongfully attacked, find safe outlets for your righteous rage.
Your mind will be clear, your decisions strategic, and your progress will not be derailed by the backlash of the fearful.
Blessed are you who do not demonize your opponents.
Your eyes and your hearts will be open.
Blessed are you who sing and dance.
You will find energy and joy to lift you on your journey.
Blessed are you who offered thanks and praise fivefold for every critique.
Your children will want to visit after they are grown. People will want to serve on your committees, and friends will be interested in your opinions.
Blessed are you who study the rhythms of history.
You will have knowledge with which to shape the future.
Blessed are you who work in coalition rather than in principled isolation.
You will meet great people, learn things you didn't realize you needed to know, and have partners for the journey when you are in the lead or in need.
Blessed are you who volunteered to be secretary and take good minutes.
Your words will become history, and your efforts will move steadily forward rather than running absent-mindedly over thoroughly discussed ground.
Blessed are you who discover, train, and encourage young leaders.
You will see your work expand and grow beyond your own time and talent.
Blessed are you who can change your mind,
You are still alive.
Blessed are you who will not let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
You will see progress in your lifetime.
Blessed are you with an active spiritual life.
You will find perspective and comfort in times of loss and betrayal, and will rise without cynicism to meet the challenges of a new day.
Blessed are you who live from a place of gratitude.
For you will know the meaning of life.
Be ours a religion which like sunshine goes everywhere. Its temple all space, its shrine the good heart, its creed all true, its ritual words of love. Be ours a religion which like sunshine goes everywhere. Its temple all space, its shrine the good heart, its creed all true, its ritual works of love.
In our community, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another, our joys and our sorrows. We do this because each person in this community has value. Each person's experience matters. We share our sorrow with one another today, knowing that sorrow comes into each person's life, knowing that together we offer comfort. Please share your sorrows publicly by posting them in Zoom chat, send them to our Facebook Messenger, or speak them aloud.
When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love.
We also share our joys with one another, knowing that joy comes into all our lives, knowing that joy calls unto joy, knowing that together our voices can rise in a chorus of celebration. Please share your joys publicly by posting them to the Zoom chat or send them to our Facebook Messenger or speak them aloud. Ours is a covenantal church, Latin for come together. Covenant means a solemn agreement or promise from the heart regarding a course of action between parties. The practice of promising to walk together is the core of our faith. Simply put, it is a guide for the behavior we expect from ourselves and each other. We are bound together by the promises we make to one another, and we recite our covenant during every worship service. Please rise in body or spirit as we recite our covenant.
Because we love one another, we honor each individual's spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance in service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus do we covenant together. And now in Spanish. Porque nos amamos uno al otro. Honoramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio a entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y acepción. Así que hacemos pacto.
Good morning. I'd like to invite you to take some time to center yourself, to feel grounded, to find a comfy spot in your chair and in your body. And this morning, I am feeling very warm and very humid, and I would like to feel the cool earth between my toes. So let's plant our feet and take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And I can feel my feet on the cool floor, reaching down deep into the earth below me, into the cool, dark soil. Down, down, down into the wet, cool water table. Feeling the water there refresh me. Feeling its connection to the springs and rivers. The ebb and flow. And renewal. And pulling that feeling of clean, fresh, cool water up into my body, refreshing my center. And washing through me. Let's take a deep breath. And breathe out. And when you're ready, return to us here. Good morning. This week, we are continuing to work with Tema Okun's White Supremacy Culture, Still Here. And this week, we are talking about progress is bigger, more, and quantity over quality. Bigger is better and more is more. Well, there are some places in my life where I feel like that is true. More color, absolutely. Bigger cookie? Yeah, probably. I'm good with a bigger cookie. But if it's bigger and more over the quality, then actually there's some cookies that I don't like. And there's some colors that aren't my favorite. So we have this ingrained assumption that bigger and more is better, and that progress looks like more and more things, numbers going up and not down, things that we can measure improving. One of the most obvious ways that we can see that that's not true is that for the last 50 or so years, the United States economy on paper has been getting better and better and bigger, and our gross domestic product has been going up and up and up, and the stock market's doing great. And at the same time, most people have seen their own paychecks stagnate, seeing the cost of housing skyrocket, the cost of education skyrocket, making it harder and harder for average everyday people to make ends meet. That's not necessarily a coincidence. Those are the things that other people are making lots and lots of money on. They are the cause to the effect of the gross domestic product increasing. One is leading to the other. So that measurement of is GDP going up or down, is the stock market going up or down, that doesn't necessarily correlate to whether or not our individual or families or communities, the people in the communities, not the land value, but whether or not our lives are improving. So let's see what Tema Okun says this idea of progress looks like. So she says that progress can be problematic based on how we define success. So if we believe that success is always bigger or more, it might look like an organization that assumes that the goal is to grow, like adding staff, adding projects, serving more people, regardless of how well they can serve them, raise more money, or gain more influence and power for its own sake, all without regard to the organization's mission, or especially to the people and or living beings that the organization is in relationship with. This looks like cost-benefit scenarios that give no value, not even a negative value, to the cost, such as increased accountability to funders that might mean that we're spending more time talking to funders and having dinners with funders than we are actually serving the mission and serving the people who we are looking to serve. Literal or no accountability or ability to consider the cost of growth in social, emotional, psychic, embodied, spiritual, and financial realms. I think we kind of know what that looks like. Increasing the profit of a company by making our workers work longer and longer hours so that we can make more stuff to sell and thus increase our profit that way has a social cost, because Our employees aren't able to spend time with their families and be full members of the community. The emotional cost of selling more and more cosmetics by making people feel bad about the way they look now. The embodied cost of asking people to work harder and harder and harder without taking an understanding on the toll that that might mean on their bodies, from sitting at a desk for longer and longer hours or doing manual labor for more and more time. Spiritual, such as asking people to work contrary to their values, where you might want to see all of your neighbors housed and happy and families growing together. In some industries, people foreclose on houses or will increase their profit margins by raising rents so that average people have a hard time affording it, or putting your house or your rental house on Airbnb instead of renting it out to a local family, thus harming the housing market. This also looks like a narrow focus on things that can be measured as opposed to things that cannot be measured, valuing people who have progressed over those who have not, where progress looks like it's measured in degrees, grades, money, power, status, material belongings, and erase the ways that lived experience and wisdom and knowledge can be invisibilized, such as tending, cleaning, feeding, nurturing, caring for, raising up, and supporting. Here, Tema Okun says, thank you, Bevelyn Uka. Now, what does quantity over quality look like? That's very similar, but here she goes into more detail around looking at things that can be counted and focusing on numbers and the measurable. So things that can be counted are more highly valued over things that cannot. For example, numbers of people attending a meeting, newsletter circulation, money raised and spent, those are valued more than the quality of relationships, democratic decision-making, the ability to constructively deal with conflict, morale, and mutual support. It looks like discomfort with emotional or feelings, little or no understanding that when there's a conflict between content, such as the agenda of the meeting, and process, people's need to be heard or engaged, process will prevail. So she's saying it's not optional here. For example, you may get through the agenda, but if you haven't paid attention to people's need to be heard, the decisions made at that meeting are going to be undermined or disregarded. That's an interesting process note that hadn't occurred to me, but it certainly does seem true that in practice, trying to push things forward without engagement is going to lead to things being undermined. So that's part of why we want to engage in democratic processes while we're making our decisions. She also says that this is connected to perfectionism, one right way, I'm the only one, and the right to comfort, because the ways in which the process, which cannot be numerically measured, requires emotional presence and intelligence, whereas the product, when it can be numerically measured, feels safe and controllable. How can we address this? So Tema Okun offers some useful and interesting processes. She notes the goal of honoring the wisdom of the Haudenosaunee people, or the Iroquois people, the philosophy that the decisions we make today should result in a sustainable world 7 generations into the future. We want to ensure that the cost-benefit analysis includes all the costs, not just the financial ones. For example, the cost in morale, the cost in credibility, the cost in relationship to living beings, the cost in the use of resources. Include process goals in our planning. So for example, make sure that our goals speak not just to what we want to accomplish, but how we want to do our work. Ask those that we work with and to establish goals and evaluate performance holistically. For example, set both content and process goals aligned within the values of our organization or community. Make sure that we have a value statement expressing the ways we want to do our work and create this as a living document. Look for creative ways to measure process goals. So for example, if you have a goal of mutually respectful relationships, think about ways that you can measure how you are living into that goal. Learn to recognize those times when you need to go off the agenda in order to address underlying concerns with the knowledge that doing so will result in a more solid product in the long term. Distinguish between growth, which is necessary and organic, and the conditioned desire for more stuff, more transactional power, more people, more for its own stake. And lastly, consider adding measures that keep you grounded in what's important. How many times did we laugh together to get A? How many times did we express gratitude? How many times did we allow for silence? How many times did we allow for dissent? This last suggestion is the one that touched me very deeply. I have a personal habit of trying to notice when we do things like make space for dissent. And I certainly love laughing with each other. But it would be interesting to have a role of a process observer who looks for things like that in our meetings and in our time together. How many times did we laugh? How many times did we express gratitude? How many times did we ask questions? How many times did we express hope? How many times did we offer comfort? How many times did we see something in a new way? I think that's what I'm going to be thinking of over this next week. Ways that I can ask those questions to make the invisible visible, because those are the things that are really important to me. Spending good time with my family and my friends, living into my values, and taking those little moments to notice tiny little fingers and toes, brand new sounds, new consonants and vowels, and new ways to feel and grow hope. I invite you to do the same. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.
We would be one, as now we join in singing our hymn of love
to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other, to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for that meaning which binds our hearts and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service, with love and justice strive to make us free.
Join me in reciting the Widening the Circle of Concern Covenant. We, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff, commit ourselves to the study and dismantling of racism and oppression within our congregation. We commit our congregation and ourselves to the work of anti-racism and anti-oppression. We commit ourselves to listening, to learning, and to action. When we fail, we commit ourselves to trying again and again. We covenant to begin this work and to continue until all of us can truly say that we are a beloved community of justice, equity, and compassion. Thank you. Morning, y'all. All right. I don't know about you, but I am frankly just filled with wonder and joy about the way the service is flowing today. So today's widening moment words come to us from Megan Foley and Teresa I. Soto. All of us need all of us to make it. Unitarian Universalist minister, Reverend Teresa Soto writes, all of us need all of us to make it. I want you to get used to those words. Make them your prayer. All of us need all of us to make it. This is why Unitarian Universalists support the Black Lives Matter movement. Please take a moment to center the struggle for Black lives in your thoughts. Say it with me, loud or soft. All of us need all of us to make it. In a world where some of us are targeted for struggle and brutality, where others of us benefit and flourish, we pray, all of us need all of us to make it. In the excruciating space that lives between seeing and naming, and hearing and changing, we pray, all of us need all of us to make it. Make a picture in your mind of someone you aren't very happy with right now. Look at their face in your mind and pray. All of us need all of us to make it. Unitarian Universalists believe that all of us need all of us to make it. This is why we are in solidarity with the movement for Black lives today and every day. Thank you.
Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place that is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. Members, if you're contributing cash toward your pledge, please use the envelope provided and write your name on it. To text your donation, see the number on the order of service. For more options, see oakcliffuu.org donate.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy. Así compartimos y vivimos hoy. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy. Así compartimos y vivimos hoy.
Closing words. Blessed is the Path by Eric Williams. Blessed is the path on which you travel. Blessed is the body that carries you upon it. Blessed is your heart that has heard the call. Blessed is your mind that discerns the way. Blessed is the gift that you will receive by going. Truly blessed is the gift that you will become on the journey. May you go forth in peace.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts till we are together again.
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el color de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.